Hi, I'm Nader Sahuni.
And I'm Nancy Vitacco.
This is our fourth session of our program on social skills for student leaders. Today, we start taking things to a level higher. In this session, we're going to be talking about what it feels like when we get triggered and how we can respond to our own triggers and how we can help others around us that are triggered themselves. Take it away, Nancy.
There are actually two ways this can go, Nader. If somebody says something very mean or humiliating things to us, we generally either respond by getting angry and attacking, and later we usually regret much of what we did or what we said. On the other hand, we can shut down and not say anything, and later we wonder why we didn't defend ourselves better. The first lesson of triggering is that if you can help it, try not to say anything. Give it time. Otherwise, the things you say you'll likely regret. This is a scenario we're going to talk about today because it's the most damaging to relationships. We'll have to address the shutdown response in a future series. Or maybe you guys can even brainstorm a way to help someone that you notice is shut down. For now, let's go on with the scenario. Our two speakers are partners in the chem lab. They're goofing off a little, and the TA gets annoyed and comes over and yells at them for not following the instructions and creating a safety hazard by their goofing off. Then the TA walks away.
What right does he have to talk to me that way? I am so angry. I am going to go talk to the professor. I'm just getting angrier and angrier the more I think about it. I'm not only going to talk to the professor, I'm going to talk to the dean. I'm going to talk to my dad. I'm sure he won't stand for it. This isn't over, Nancy.
So did you go complain to the prof, Nader? Did you go to the dean? You were so mad. What got you so mad?
I don't know. I get really triggered when I'm criticized in front of other people. I mean, it just really sets me off. But man, I'm glad that I didn't complain because I would have looked so foolish and immature.
We really didn't follow the instructions.
I'm not ready to take all the blame. But one thing I do know is that it's good that I didn't talk to the professor right away because it would not have looked good. I would have regretted it later.
Sounds like you were so defensive.
Yeah, I was, but how come you were so quiet? It's almost as if you were agreeing with him.
I just freeze when I get criticism like that.
You don't get angry?
No, I feel like a total failure. Like, even if it's not true or it's not my fault, I just freeze up. I don't know what to say.
Okay, so that was the role play. Now, I noticed from this scenario, Nancy, that there was a day that went by after the initial trigger before we came back to the conversation. Now, that 1 day delay or enough delay to calm down from the trigger seemed to change things a lot. And that's very intuitive. We all know that it helps to take time to calm down. But are there any more strategies other than waiting to calm down?
Yeah, there's another way that's really helpful that you can do for a friend that's triggered. And that's you can show them that you understand how they're feeling. When people who are triggered feel heard, they're more likely to calm down. When we feel seen and heard by someone else, it really helps us get to a more peaceful place. Let's practice that. This time I won't be triggered and on the verge of tears, but you'll be really triggered and I'm going to try to help you calm down. So let's try it again. The TA has just walked off in a huff, and you're really triggered.
What right does he have to talk to me that way? I am so mad. I'm going to complain to the professor.
Wow, Nader, it really seems like he got you so upset.
Darn right, I'm upset. Can you believe how unfair this is to call me out like that and make me look like a fool in front of everybody?
Yeah, it feels like a real insult to you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
And it's magnified in front of everybody.
Yes, exactly. I appreciate how you really get me, Nancy. Thanks for understanding.
Now, keep in mind, this isn't always guaranteed to work, but it is helpful to know this skill. Validating and empathizing with someone who's triggered doesn't mean we agree with them, but it does often help them release the tension. Before we do the role play, our scriptures for today are from James 1:19, where James says everybody should be slow to speak, quick to listen. And Proverbs 15, where it says a gentle word turns away wrath. So to summarize, here are the key steps. Be curious, repeat back what you heard the other person say, empathize with their feelings. First, be curious what they're feeling and what's behind those feelings. Repeat back your understanding, and then offer empathy. So let's try the role play. Go ahead and pair up. Try this role play. One of you is going to be angry at the TA, and the other will try to get you out of the trigger by helping you feel seen and heard. After you do it once, stop and share how it felt to be on either end of the conversation. Then switch roles and do it again.